Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're once again going to talk about several leaks that I've managed to find, and that I think are quite interesting to discuss. As usual, all of this information comes from sources that are considered fairly credible. But before we dive deeper into the main discussion, running out of stellar jade in Honkai starrail? Don't worry, there's a more budget-friendly solution. Now you can top up in-game safely, quickly, and at a lower price through U7 Buy. And it's not just Honkai starrail, other games are available too, all in one place. Still not sure? No problem. You can check U7 Buy's reviews directly on Trustpilot, so it's transparent and trustworthy. For comparison, 80 oniric shards cost around $100 in the official store, but on U7 Buy, it's much cheaper. The process is also instant. Just select your server, enter your UID, and the balance is delivered straight to your account, no hassle. Don't forget to use code BOOM for a 5% discount. Click the link in my description or pinned comment to visit U7 Buy. Alright, now let's get straight into the main topic of today's video. This time, we're back again with the latest discussion regarding various leaks that I've gathered over the past few days. We'll be covering several new pieces of information that are quite interesting and diverse, with the main focus on two upcoming characters, Blade SP and Pearl. Of course, all of this information comes from fairly credible sources within the leak community. So, without further ado, let's get into it. But before we move on to the main discussion about Blade SP and Pearl, let's first talk about one important piece of information that has caught quite a bit of attention. Especially since it relates to a character that is currently still considered meta and quite popular within the community. This information comes from Sakura Haven. In their post, they mentioned that in version 4.2, we might receive a new item in the form of a character skin. Yes, after previously getting a free skin for Yuan Mei in version 4.0, it seems that Hoyoverse is planning to release another new skin for a different character. According to the information shared, the character who will receive a skin in version 4.2 is Castor Ice. This is quite interesting, considering that Castor Ice is getting a new skin exactly 1 year after her release in version 3.2. Unfortunately, as of now, there are no visual details or design descriptions of the skin from Sakura Haven, so we still don't know what it will look like. The image I'm showing is just an illustration, so it's not the actual model of the Castor Ice skin. The question now is, will this skin be free like Yuan Mei's, or will it be a paid skin like Firefly's? However, if we look at the fact that we already received a free skin in the previous version, there is a strong possibility that Castor's skin this time will be a paid one. Additionally, Castor Ice is currently still considered a very meta and powerful character, especially in full Remembrance team compositions. This makes her an ideal candidate for a paid skin, since it would be a missed opportunity for Hoyoverse not to take advantage of that. Of course, we don't know whether she will still be meta by version 4.2. That said, there is still a possibility that the skin could be given as a reward in a specific event, similar to Cyrene's bow skin that could be obtained through a spending event. Considering that version 4.2 is expected to be an anniversary patch, there is a very high chance that a major event like a spending event will return. Alright, after discussing Castor's skin, let's move on to the main topic of this video, namely Blade SP and Pearl. Previously, one source, Yubacha, shared information about the paths of these two characters. According to them, Blade SP would follow the path of erudition, while Pearl would follow the path of preservation. However, that leak was shared quite a while ago, back in February, meaning it's already about a month old. So, there's a possibility that the information is now outdated. What makes things interesting is that a newer leak has appeared, providing different information from Yubacha. So, what are the actual paths of Blade SP and Pearl? Let's start with Blade SP. This information comes from HXG Leaks. According to their post, Blade SP's actual path is nihility, not erudition as previously stated by Yubacha. If we take a closer look, the original source of this information appears to be DK2. For those of you who may not know or may have forgotten, DK2 was the source who previously leaked that Dan Heng PT would be given as a free character, and that information turned out to be accurate. So, DK2 can be considered fairly credible. Additionally, this nihility path information also aligns quite well with Sakura Haven. Sakura Haven previously mentioned that version 4.3 is expected to feature a nihility character. If we connect these two pieces of information, there is a strong possibility that the character in question is Blade SP. Not only that, HXG leaks also mentioned that they actually already know the name that Blade SP will use. However, they chose not to reveal it because it could be considered a major spoiler. Now, let's move on to the next character, namely Pearl. The information regarding Pearl is a bit more confusing. According to Sakura Haven, it does look like Pearl is preservation. However, they also mentioned that Anon or Mortis had previously been vague about whether this information is correct or not. So, they advised taking it with a grain of salt. In other words, Sakura Haven still leans toward Pearl being preservation, but they don't seem entirely confident about it. On the other hand, there is new information about Pearl from Anon leaks, shared through Galaxy Leaks. In that post, Anon clearly stated that Pearl is not a preservation character. This directly contradicts both Sakura Haven and Yubacha. In that same post, Anon also mentioned that a source known as Uncle S14B14ES is a pure liar, someone who pretends to be a leaker by exploiting information gaps, making guesses, and deleting incorrect predictions. Anon also stated that they have never heard of SP Robin and SP Aventurin teaming up, and that most of the information from that source was either taken from others or entirely made up. For those who don't know, according to Honkai starrail Italia, Uncle S14B14ES is someone who posted Silverwolf's level 999 path and name just 10 minutes before release. However, this wasn't particularly impressive, since many people had already guessed 999 as her name, and imaginary elation was already heavily hinted at. Alright, back to Pearl. Even though Anon leaks stated that Pearl is not preservation, they unfortunately did not clarify what her actual path is. So, as of now, there is still no clear information regarding Pearl's path. If we look at all the available information, we can say that the situation is still quite dynamic. Blade SP seems to be leaning more toward the nihility path, while Pearl remains uncertain and is still a topic of speculation within the community. And that concludes our discussion on the latest leak information for today. What do you think about these latest leaks? Are you excited about the possibility of a new skin for Castor Ice? And what are your thoughts on the changing information regarding Blade SP and Pearl? Feel free to share your opinions, analysis, and thoughts in the comment section below. Your discussions will definitely make this topic even more interesting and informative. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow Honkai starrail players who might also be interested in the latest developments. Your support through likes and subscriptions means a lot and helps this channel continue to deliver informative and high-quality content in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next discussion.